It's great to have you all here on this session on how to boost immunity during this COVID-19 times. So without any more delay, let me introduce our guests for the session today. I would like to introduce Dr. Nkeiru. So Dr. Nkeiru is a seasoned and a committed healthcare professional of high integrity with extensive experience leading public sector child and maternal health programs. And after her retirement from civil services, she has been involved with health management consulting with focus on health policy, program development, implementation, and monitoring. And this is what the kind of work she has done in Abuja. And currently, she is exploring functional medicine, which is about how bringing about change in lifestyle can give us better health. And she's also a pre-marriage. She also runs pre-marriage classes. Means she's also marriage counselor, and she's been doing this for almost 20 years. And this she feels is her passion and her drive for it gives a lot of fulfillment in life. And she's based out of Lagos. She is married with 4 children, and she's an amazing person. And I'm really, really glad to have her here today on the session. Welcome, Dr. Nkeiru. So happy to have you here. You'll have to unmute.
Very happy to be here. Thank you, Priyanka. I'm happy to be here this evening, and I'd like to express sincere gratitude for everybody who is joining us this evening, and I'm looking forward to very interactive discussions. Thank you.
Super. Now I'd like to introduce our guest, other speaker, and who will be actually taking a lot of questions and answering how we can boost immunity during this COVID-19 times from a different perspective. So he's Mr. Akshay Jain, and he has been for almost 9 years, and he has been leading the Art of Living initiatives in Nigeria. This is his passion. He runs programs all over Nigeria, and he makes sure that he can take out his maximum time and devote it to service. He has a lot of work with the youth in Delta State, and during these COVID-19 times, he's leading initiatives where his organization is helping the needy with food supplies, running a helpline, and many, many more things. His passion is yoga and meditation, and he's going to help us answer a lot of questions which is coming up in our mind, how we can stay fit and happy and healthy during these times. So let me start without any more. Welcome, Akshay.
Hi, everybody. So nice to have you here. It's a pleasure to be with everybody, and I look forward to this nice interactive evening. So I'm sure we'll learn from each other, and I hope between me and Dr. Nkeiru, we'll be able to add some value, especially in these stressful times.
Right. So, Dr. Nkeiru, would you like to take up the first question?
The first question that we got is saying, I am seeing that there are a lot of people who have taken this lockdown as a holiday and are enjoying themselves by late night movies, eating junk, and being lazy. What is your opinion about this lifestyle? Does lifestyle impact one's immune system? Thank you so much for the question. And I would go on to say yes, but then go on to explain how this happens. As we welcomed the year 2020, we also had an unexpected and uninvited visitor, that is the COVID-19. And initially, we didn't know very much about this virus, and we didn't know what to do. But we now have a lot of information, and so we know how to take care of ourselves. But I like to see it as in 3 phases. The first phase is within the population, where all we did was try and avoid the virus as much as possible. So we were locked down and the virus was out there. Then there's a second phase where people are getting infected, but we find that 80%, the research is showing that 80% of the people who are infected actually recover, and they recover at home, because the third phase is the hospital phase. You're not admitted into a hospital until you have difficulty breathing or you are breathless. That's what the policy is. And that's where, those are the ones that go on to the ventilator and the progression of the disease. So our focus is really on that 80% that usually have a mild disease and so recover. And we know that it is their immunity that is at play. It is their innate body's immune system that helps them fight the disease and recover. And so the question is, if we keep late nights and we eat junk food, does it affect our immune system? I already said yes, system. The number one thing is avoiding stress, eating a nutrient-dense food, also getting adequate sleep. All this enhance the immune system. Because for now, there's no vaccine, there's no medicine. So we're on our own. It's our body that is helping us. So we need to also understand, what then do we eat as nutrient-dense food? And we know that the focus is more on plant-based. It is plant-based food that has all the colors that are really nutrient-dense. Every other thing that is not plant-based, whether it is processed food or it is animal product, is actually hurting our system. It's not helping us rebuild. Sleep is also very restorative. We know that we need at least 7 to 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep every day. That helps build a strong immune system. And with a strong immune system, we're able to fight the COVID-19. Then when it comes to stress, once we have stress, it weakens our immune system. So we need to also have some tools that help us strengthen our, reduce stress. So how do we manage stress? I think that we'll get into that as we discuss some more along this line. Exercise is also another thing that helps strengthen the immune system. So I'll rest my case for now and let, over to you, Priyanka, so that Akshay can take the next question. I think I've spoken enough.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Nkeiru. I would like to ask Akshay, like the topic today is like, 3 secrets to, how we can build our immunity and, during these difficult times when we don't have any vaccine or anything. So what is your opinion? What are these 3 secrets?
Yes, thank you, Priyanka. And I think this is a very important question. Everybody is so stressed, and I think this is the first time we are facing such a situation in our lives. Perhaps the last time where such a situation may have happened was more than 100 years back. So it is unprecedented. Most of us have not seen anything like this in our lifetimes. And it is very pertinent to know then what and how, what should be done and how should we, deal with this situation. So, I think one is obviously medical science. They are doing the research and there is a process. It is not a magic that they can do overnight. It is a process before they roll out a vaccine. So till the time there is a vaccine, I think there's a lot of things we can do, and I think we can take control of our lives and deal with this. So if you look at the worldwide facts, the effect of COVID is more on the elderly and on the infants, so to say, right? And I will, after I stop speaking, I would also like to invite Dr. Nkeiru to throw more light on these aspects of what age group and how, what kind of immunity we need to build to attend to COVID. But let's understand that most of the immune populace is really not affected so much. Even if they get the virus, they are able to recover from it. So that is a good news, right? So the good news is we don't have to be so scared. If we are fit, if your immune system is high, we can definitely go through it. Even if the virus comes, we will get out of it easily. Now the question is how to stay fit and how to boost our immunity. And that's what
Right.
I guess the theme and topic for today. And I would say, as Priyanka has put the theme forward, it's about 3 secrets, though I don't think they're secrets. It's just that we need to be more aware of them. They are common knowledge, but we have neglected them in our life. So to come across the first one, I'll take the 3 of them, but I would pass on the second secret to Dr. Nkeiru, who will talk more about it, to elaborate more on it. So the first one I would say is discipline for staying fit. You know, I think this situation is Mother Nature teaching us some lessons. All our lives we have been like racing. We have forgotten the purpose of life. We have forgotten that I am also important, and I need to, take care of my physical and mental fitness. We are more focused on my job, my family, and it's a continuous race in life. So this is a time where nature is telling us, hey, come on, get up and do something about yourself at the core. And that's where discipline is important. Discipline is the prerequisite to achieve anything in life, right? For example, we have been brushing our teeth since childhood. So when we started doing that, there was certain discipline. Our moms would say, no, come on, in the evening, morning, before going to bed, you have to brush your teeth. So it was a pain first, but now it has become a habit, and it doesn't really perturb us. But look at the freedom it has given us. It has given us the freedom of dental health, right? So same way, if we are able to bring in certain discipline in our lifestyle, in the diet, in the sleeping patterns, when we sleep, when we wake up, in whether we are exercising, are we staying fit, right? How much do we exercise every day? We are so used to getting into the car, going to offices, sitting throughout the day, and then coming back, eating food, and going to sleep, right? So our life has become so sedentary. So I guess the first level of fitness is through discipline of this focus on health, and to do our daily exercises. So we need to make sure that we maintain physical fitness as a discipline. Then I would say the second one, which is also equally very important, is diet. Dr. Nkeiru was just talking about it, but I would love if she can explain more about the diet, and then I will come back to the third discipline. But just to give you an introduction, diet has an impact on our physical body as well as our mind. You see how you feel when you overeat. You feel so dull and lethargic. You can't, post lunch, sometimes if you do meetings, most of the people are sleeping, right? So our diet has a definite impact on our mind also. And that is the reason, if we have a diet which is easily digestible, it does not take too long to digest, and is light in nature, it is much healthier for us, right? So there are different types of diet. It is a very long thing to explain in this such a short session, but definitely one has to take care of this diet. I would also say a couple of important things to take care of during the COVID is, because this virus is affecting our thoracic region. So one, have herbal tea morning and evening, and this tea should have some component of turmeric, little bit of black pepper, and ginger. These are the 3 main components which definitely have to be taken morning and evening. It will keep boosting our immunity. The second important thing, aspect which you could consider, is have some alkaline water every day. The kind of food we are eating, it acidifies our system. So it is important that our food is carefully chosen, and alkaline water can help. And it is very easy to make alkaline water at home. You can just take 4 slices of cucumber and 2 slices of lemon, soak them in 1 liter of water overnight, and morning that water becomes alkaline. The rule to have alkaline water is 2 hours before or after the meal. It should not be had before or after meal, because if you are having alkaline water, it will dilute your acids and then digestion will not be good. So the rule is 2 hours before or after the meal. So that's the alkaline water. And I think the last component of food was plant-based diet. So Dr. Nkeiru, can I invite you to lay more stress on the type of diet which is very conducive for these times in COVID? Yeah.
I have to remember to unmute myself. Thank you. Looking at the diet, the best diet for us is actually traditional diets. That it's like if we eat things that we're growing within our own environment, it actually helps us a lot better than when it is coming from all over the world, because it's grown in our soil. You know, we're all an ecosystem, we're all connected. So it's from our soil that we also, it will impact our microbiome. That's the bacteria in our gut that actually helps with our immune system. So basically, if we eat traditional food, the way our grandparents ate, they ate straight from the farm. So they ate all the colors and all the vegetables. So if you're in the market and you want to make a vegetable soup, the more the variety. Actually, we advise that you eat 50 different vegetables and fruits each week. That diversity also helps the body build its own immune system. The only reason we are alive is because we have a strong immune system. It helps maintain our health. The other thing that is not very helpful to us is processed food. So anything that comes in a packet that is processed in a factory already has a lot of sugar, a lot of salt, and the wrong fat, and will also be detrimental to our health. It's just empty calories, doesn't do anything. For us, we say the food we eat is not just calorie, it has information, because it brings that information to help us. It also has, it helps us with communication, relationship. We all remember, the things we remember are those family meals, the togetherness, the community activities. It also brings that to the fore. And all that impacts our immune system, because basically what we're trying to do is to build a very strong immune system, looking at what we're eating. So we need, and so we also need fermented food. Basically, for the Igbos amongst us, the ogili that we used to cook our onubu soup, it's actually fermented. And sometimes when you open it, you see maggot in it. That fermentation process is really very good for us. I'm not saying it's the one with maggots, but I'm just saying using ogili to cook your food is also a very healthy thing to do. So you diversify the fruits and vegetables, you remove all the processed food, you reduce your salt and sugar intake, and eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. We're actually recommending like 9 to 13 servings each day. So back to Ashley, so you can talk about the third secret.
Yes, thank you, doctor. So I think, yeah, first we said discipline, then the diet, and the third is dealing with the mind. There is so much of stress, anxiety, which is prevalent in today's times. People don't know what will happen in economy. There are daily wagers who have overnight been kept at home. So there is so much of trauma which people are going through. And it is said that, worldwide, there is a lot of, divorce rate has gone up, especially in China, which is coming out of the COVID syndrome. There is a high divorce rate that has been witnessed. There is a problem. There are violence at home that has happened. So these are some mind-related things which one has to deal with. And mind is the most powerful thing. If we have the positive mind, we are able to do wonders and we are able to sail through any problem. But a negative mind will keep going down in doubt and misery, right? Do you agree with me? Right? How many of us, you can raise your hands if you're seeing me, that the mind is very powerful and it has to be dealt with. And we have been getting a lot of questions on how to deal with stress, because there is too much stress and anxiety. So the third secret is to culture the mind and have a positive state of mind. How do you do that, right? You see, our mind and body is a very complex thing, and to deal with this, we have to understand how our emotions are. You can, with conscious effort, turn around a negative emotion into a positive emotion. You know, there are centers, there are some energy centers inside a body which are responsible for certain emotions, and whenever there are blocks in these centers, the emotion goes from positive to negative. For example, you know, when you're in love, where is the sensation in your body? It's like in this heart region, isn't it? Right? And when there is a lot of hatred, again, this is the region which is impacted. And same thing happens when there is fear. Have you noticed this? So when you're afraid, there is a slight heightened sensation in the heart region. So at any point of time, either one of these three emotions are predominant, right? If there is fear, there is no love. If there is hatred, there is no fear or love. Are you with me? So it is a beauty to understand how in these centers these emotions are and how can we turn them around. And to turn them around, you can have music. Music plays a very important role. With music, you can, you know, turn them around to positive. Or you could, you know, resort to yoga and meditation. See, these are some time-tested techniques from yoga and meditation which come from India, and it is now becoming popular all over the world. I mean, if you look at all the people who are achievers, they are following yoga and meditation in some form or the other, right? So let me just give you a quick brief about how these centers in our body are, and you know, if we understand that, we can change them around. So the first center in the body is the root, is the base of the spine. At the base of spine, you will see there is, if it is negative, there will be a lot of inertia, dullness, no interest. It happens with us. So when that is happening, there is no enthusiasm. So this center, or the chakra we call, at the base of spine is related with inertia or enthusiasm. And what happens when, you know, if let's say you go to a party where there is a lot of drums, a lot of bass sound is there, suddenly you get pepped up, you get enthusiastic, and you start dancing. So this sound of drums changes the mood from, changes the emotion from inertia to enthusiasm. So music is a very important thing here. We should understand this. Same thing if we go a little up behind the genitals, 4 inches above this base chakra, is the second chakra, which is related with creation and procreation. So you see, if we are doing a lot of creation, artists who are painting or doing some nice creative activity, or musicians, they at that time don't feel like indulging in procreation, right? So either one of the energy is dominant, procreation or creation. So when you are creative, you feel energized and the energy rises. And when you are too much in procreation, you will feel dull, you will feel lethargic, you will feel inert. So the energy goes down, right? Same thing when you go a little up and you go to the navel center, there are 4 emotions related to this center. The first 2 are positive, which is joy and generosity. And the next 2 are negative, which is greed and jealousy. You know, we've said, our elders used to say, oh, if he's greedy, something, or jealous, when you are jealous, something happens in your stomach, right? So when negative emotion happens, you don't experience the positive. Joy or generosity is out of the way completely, right? So if you see a lot of trumpet sound, right? That kind of sound has an effect on our second and third chakras. And then you go up, you go through the heart region. I just explained fear, hatred, and love. And either one of these will be active. And what instrument affects this region is the string instruments, like, you know, guitar. So when you hear a lot of guitar music, you will feel there is a shift from fear and hatred into love. And then you go a little up at the throat region, you will see there is grief and gratitude. So either you are in grief or you are in gratitude. And most of the times in both the situation, you feel a choking sensation in your throat. Have you seen that? When there is a lot of grief, there will be some choking sensation in the throat, right? So this is another, center where we can influence this by music, and that is what is the music? It's the flute sound, the wind pipes. Those instruments affect this center. And then you go up here. This is the center of awareness and anger. If you are aware, you will not have anger, and when you are in anger, you lose your awareness. You should observe this, right? And bell, when you go to a church, there is a bell there. When you go to a Hindu temple, there is a bell there. So the bell brings your mind in full awareness. It comes to the present moment, and the anger is gone. When you are aware, you can take better decisions in life and you will be more focused, right? So that is this center. And then you go up, you have total bliss, the top of the crown or the top of the head. This has no negative emotion attached to it. So understanding that, our mind body is made up of these emotions, and how can I convert negative emotions to positive emotions? So one is definitely, as I said, with music, but a more powerful tool to attend to this is breathing, yoga, and meditation, right? What is yoga? Yoga just means, the word means union of mind and body. And what is meditation? Meditation is just a simple art of relaxation. When the mind is relaxed, all our psychosomatic diseases go away. I will, maybe after this, I'll request Dr. Nkeiru to throw more light how lot of diseases which manifest in our bodies are originating from mind. The wrong state of mind and lot of stress in the mind leads to physical distress and diseases, right? So this stress which accumulates in our system through the mind has mental and physical disease. So yoga, breathing, and meditation helps us. And how does that help? What is stress or what is anxiety? Can you be anxious about the past? You can't. You are always anxious about the future. So stress and anxiety builds up when the mind is not in the present moment. Now you are here with me. I think we have more than 50 participants now. In this time that you have been listening to me, your minds must have wandered into the past. Oh, something happened yesterday. Or you may be planning, oh, what am I going to do after this? Have you noticed this? So there is a constant vacillation of the mind into the past and future. And whenever this happens, it leads to negative emotions and stress. For example, if we are worrying or if we are anxious, it is about the future. And if you're thinking about the past, it is more anger. Anger is never about the future. And what happens to the body when you are angry? Body gets heated up. And when you are afraid, body gets cold and numb, right? So, sorry.
Maybe.
So there is a direct impact of the state of our mind on our body, also on our breath. When you're angry, you're breathing faster. When you are afraid, your breath pattern changes. When you're happy, your breath pattern changes. So we deal with this concept that, okay, there is this mind, body, and breath are related. And with that, we do certain breathing and meditation, which helps us synchronize this mind-body complex, make us bring our mind in the present moment. And then what is the outcome of that? One, there is good mental and physical fitness. There is ability to deal with situation. Our capacity to deal with situation increases, right? So that's a one brilliant outcome of this. Second, you become more innovative. All the innovation happens when mind has been settled and calm. Never in anger has innovation happened. If you look at Newton discovering the law of gravity, he was resting relaxed under a tree when he saw the apple fell, and he thought, oh, this is gravity, right? So any art, any creativity, any innovation can happen when your mind is calm and quiet. And that is the result of all these practices of yoga, meditation. And when that calmness happens, body also releases those toxins and is more healthy. So we are more fit. We are able to attend to all the challenges of life because we are in a calm state of mind. So I guess that is the second, the third secret of culturing the mind by the use of tools like yoga, meditation, and breathing, and perhaps some music to come in the present moment. So I guess with this, what we are seeing is, even in COVID times, the founder of Art of Living, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, he founded Art of Living about 39 years back. And today, Art of Living is in 156 countries across the world. And he took this initiative during COVID times to lead daily meditations from India. And today, about 5 million people are meditating with him and gaining benefit of good health and mind. Right. So that is the power. It cuts across race, religion, and geographies. It is something which is so human to do. Right. So I believe we can all experience this, and we are forming some sessions in Nigeria focused on Nigeria. We have rather made a lot of things free. We are doing free sessions every day, Monday to Friday. We are doing the programs that we run. One of the flagship programs, the happiness program, where we teach this meditation and breathing, that we have cut down the cost of that to 50% and made it online, made it available online. So all these initiatives are being available, and I think we should all take benefit. We have opened up a helpline, a free helpline. If you are in anxiety, consult with us. We will show you some tools. We'll send you some videos on so you could practice it at home and be more fit and healthy. Right? I think I've spoken a lot. If I could rest here and maybe pass on to Dr. Nkeiru to just touch upon the medical aspects of all these things that we have discussed. And then we can pass on to Priyanka. If there are questions, we can attend to those questions.
Before that, I would like to ask, will you be able to guide us into, some meditation or show us some technique, some takeaway for all the audience here? It'll be a nice experience for everyone.
Yes, definitely. I mean, if time permits, I don't know. I mean, I can take you through a small technique, which is called the bellows breath. It's a breathing technique, and we can all you just need to watch me, and then later I will lead you through it. I'll give you the counts and direction, and then you do it with me. So, are you all good? I mean, you can raise your hands. Let me see how many faces we can see there. We can, go through this together. Yeah. So I'm assuming everybody is ready. One thing which you have to do here is while you're watching me, it's fine. But once we get into the, just a moment, I want to just come. Yeah. So once we do the exercise, we have to sit straight. Back should be straight. If your back is not straight, you're not able to channelize the energy within, right? So just watch me. This is the posture. You make a loose fist by your shoulders, elbows by your sides. And I will do this first, and then only we'll practice together. Yeah, I'll give you some instructions. So I'm just moving back so you can see the little bigger portion of me. So this is how you sit, and you make a loose fist. And now I breathe out completely, and while breathing in, just watch me. So as I go up, my hands are opening, my fist is opening. As I breathe out forcefully. It's a forceful exhalation, right? And the elbows touch gently on my sides, right? People who have very high BP should do this mildly. You should not do with such force, right? You should just do it mildly. Otherwise, everybody can do as with the same intensity that I am doing, right? So just watch me again. I will give you the counts. Yeah. So I'm breathing in now. And then when I say relax, you just keep your eyes closed and relax. See, this is very important. When you are relaxing, let's say if you have to sleep, right? Do you sleep with eyes open? No, isn't it? So when we are doing these exercises, it's an act of relaxation. So it is important that during this process, we close our eyes and we just follow the instructions. So it's just, we'll spend about 5 to 8 minutes on this, maybe just follow my instructions. And then when we open our eyes, I would love to hear from you about your experience, right? So let's get ready, all of us, spine straight, take your position. And now close your eyes and breathe out completely. Empty your lungs. And now forcefully in, out, 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 and relax. Keep your eyes closed. Relax your palms on your lap. Your shoulders are rested, spine is straight. Just relax and observe your chest region. Keeping your eyes closed, observe your chest and body. Observe your breath. And we'll do this again. Bring loose fist by your shoulders. And now breathe out completely, empty your lungs. And forcefully in, out, 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 in, out. Palms rested on your laps, spine erect, shoulders relaxed, and eyes closed. Just observe your chest region, observe your breath and body. And we'll do this one more time, last time. It's the last time again, loose fist by your shoulders. And breathe out completely and forcefully. In, out, 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 in, out. Relax. Rest your palms on the laps. Spine erect, eyes closed, shoulders relaxed. Observe your lungs. Observe the breathing in and out. Just relax completely. Just relax. Take a long breath in and slowly breathe out. Another long breath in. Breathe out. Observe your breath as it comes in and goes out. Observe the stability in your breathing. Slowly take a long breath in and breathe out. Another long breath in and exhale. Slowly become aware of your body. Relax completely, and whenever you feel like it, you may slowly open your eyes. How is it? Good? I think most of us are, you can come back, you can slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? Do you feel that mind is here right now, relaxed, in the present moment?
You can show thumbs up.
Yeah, you can raise your hand if you feel good. Yeah. So this is, the power of breathing. It's just a quick demonstration, right? And when we go a little more detail on this and we practice meditation for maybe 30, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, it has a very deep impact on our mind and body. So it's great. I think, I hope all of you, you understand what we are talking about, and we could bring in these three aspects in our life. The first aspect is what? Discipline in the body. Second is the diet control, and third is the meditation. You can take two positions. One, you can be stressed, anxious, and go down. Or second, you can shift the mind and be positive and keep going up. These are times where we have little more time at home because we are locked down, though they have opened up yesterday, but still we need to perhaps stay distance and be indoors. So the time we have, focus on learning. Put it on positive things. Put it on creativity. Learn new things. Maybe upgrade your skills, because we are definitely not through it. There are more tough times ahead, especially with the economic crisis, the job crisis that's going to happen soon. So the person who is more strong will go easily through this. People who lose it in the mind will fall down, right? So let's focus on the good things, learn more, upgrade your skills, uh, do some creativity and innovation at home, be it just cooking or music or things you've not done, playing with the kids, spend some quality time with kids. So these are a few things that we could do on the positive side, and let's take each day as it comes, and we'll sail through it. All of us will sail through it. It's not the end of the world, right? So, Dr. Nkeiru, would you like to just throw some light on these aspects from medical perspective, on how meditation and the diet will definitely increase our immune system? Dr. Nkeiru, let me unmute you. No, you are muted. Dr. Nkeiru, you're muted.
Okay, thanks. That was really very relaxing, and we don't have a lot of time, just so to round up everything nicely. We're all different as individuals, and we're going through a lot of stress now. When we're stressed, even if we're eating the healthiest meal, it will not digest properly, so our body doesn't get the best out of it. So we need to deal with our stress first, and then we can deal with the other aspects. And even for sleep, we're not able to sleep. And yet we know that sleep, exercise, food, and our relationships, our mental, your status of your mental health, your emotions, and spirituality, all those impact our health. Now, research has come out, a lot of them, it's everywhere, that the meditation, yoga, and breath helps us reduce stress. Stress also is not good for our immune system. It is actually when we are more relaxed that the parasympathetic nervous system takes over. And that's when we can heal and repair and build. So if we really want to strengthen our immune system, then we need to learn to reduce our stress, eat healthy, sleep and exercise. And also maintain our relationships. Don't be on your own. You need to connect with other people. And I think, are we out of time? No. So basically we're different people. So different things will work for us, and we need to understand what is best for each and every one of us. There's no perfect diet for everybody. It's going to vary based on our genetic constitution and our environment. And those are the modifiable things we can do, that's all the 5 things I've listed. And they all go with discipline, with nutrition, and with meditation, stress reduction. So I wish everybody the very best. And just on a last note, a woman that was 103 survived. So no need to worry. It means that you can build your immune system no matter how old you are, because a woman who was 103 years had coronavirus and she survived. That's really very encouraging for all of us. It's still out there, but we need to take the precautions to still avoid it and to build our immune system so that if we do get it, we can fight and we will survive by the grace of God. All the best to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. I think there is... Yes.
Yeah, we have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, so I saw one question coming up about the alkaline water and what effect it has on ulcer patients. You know, alkaline is very good for, because ulcer has a problem with acidity, right? So alkaline, and these are mild things. This alkaline water, it should be done in 1 liter of water, 2 slices of lemon, and 4 slices of cucumber. Soak it for 12 hours and then throw away the lemon and cucumber, just drink the water. So it has very good effect on people who have hyperacidity or ulcer and things like that, right? A couple of things, you know, so this month we are going to do a lot of events, especially focused on meditation. And one of the biggest events that is happening is I Meditate Africa, which Art of Living has been leading for almost 8 years across Africa. And this time we are going to do again on the African Union Day, which is 25th of this month of May. And we will all meditate across Africa. All the African continent, all the countries will come together, meditate together for peace in Africa. And this will be led by Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, who is the founder of Art of Living. He will lead this meditation from India. And I think this is a brilliant event. We will send you details of this. We have your details on email and phone. You will hear from us. Meanwhile, Priyanka will put on a chart which talks about the different programs which you could join. We have done some free yoga sessions every day, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. We are doing meditations every day. I will let you know the time of that. And then there is a happiness program which you could join, which starts on 13th of May. So all these things are here displayed on this. Let me perhaps share my screen.
I have a last question.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are, you know, getting very anxious and they're not able to get sleep. So can you share some technique by which people can get sound sleep during these anxious times?
Okay, so this I will just tell you about two things you could do. 1 second.
Do we have time?
So to get sleep, we will share a link, a YouTube link to you. It is a special meditation called Yoga Nidra, which
Okay.
you can play and just go through it, and it will take you to sleep. That is one. Second, at home, when you are, one is you eat at least 2 hours before sleeping. You should not go to sleep immediately after eating. And then when you are, sleeping, stop all your electronic gadgets at least 1 hour before sleeping. Throw them away, be away from them. Read some book, do something which is not technology related and not too much of activity with the world outside.
Okay.
And lastly, lie down on your bed, straight on your back, and take some long, deep breaths in and out, very slowly. So it's not, no, this is very hard breathing in and out. Take very subtle, be aware of your breath, and you should not even feel it. Just watch the breath going in and slowly coming out. So do this about 10, 12 times. You will see the mind automatically starts relaxing. And when the mind is relaxed, you will get sleep. So so I think we will send you the link of a feedback form. Once you've filled up the feedback form, those who have filled it up will get the link of this video that we have chatted on today. Also, you will get a link on this Yoga Nidra technique, which you could play through your phone and drift into sleep.
Maybe we could also share the home remedies that you have spoken about, the alkaline water and the other tips that you have given. I think you shared a lot of material, so it can be shared with the audience.
So you will get it. You will get all these data in your WhatsApp and email IDs which you have registered with. Just Priyanka, if you could send a link of.
I have shared the feedback form link in the chat box. So if everybody can just take out a minute and fill in the details, we will have your data and we can send you all these materials today itself.
Okay.
Priyanka, chat option.
There are people who still want to ask questions and they're putting it on the chat, raising their hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Priyanka, do we have time for more questions?
Okay, Femi, I will unmute him. Femi wants to ask. Femi, yes, please. Femi, you have raised your hand. I have unmuted you. Please go ahead. Okay, there is no.
Even Ukabiala. Shall I unmute Ukabiala?
Okay, Ukabiala, yes, please.
I don't have a question. I was just saying that two people, Ifeinwa and Femi, had their hands raised, and could you take more questions?
Okay. I think by mistake they have raised their hands.
Okay.
So there doesn't seem to be any questions more coming.
Ifeinwa still has her hands raised.
Okay, there is a question from Yatish to Dr. Nkeiru. What type of dietary supplement do we need to build up immune system? Dr. Nkeiru, you're muted.
It's a good thing to take supplements, but that doesn't take priority over food. But the supplements we need that help us at this very time include vitamin C and D and zinc and selenium and some quercetin. Those are the ones that help our immune system. But we can get all of that from our food. It's just understanding, even if we start today and take away 1/4 of our plate and our normal plates, just 1/4, replace it with vegetable, continue increasing it, just vegetable and fruits until you've incorporated a lot more into your food. Just start with just that. You will begin to get all because the more colorful your food is, the more phytonutrients they are, and the more of those phenols that we need that actually help our body build the immune system.
Great. So then there is a question from Pankaj one day. Pankaj, I have unmuted you. You can ask the question.
Yes, sir. Actually, I have a question with sir. Actually, how to reduce the acidity? Because we normally all vitamins. I understand even if we have the additional supplements, it will not be of any use if there is acidity. So how do you? I am facing a problem of acidity. So
There are
how
a lot
can?
let me take the first part and then maybe Dr. Nkeiru can add to that. It is acidity, dealing with acidity. Today it's a very prevalent disease, and dealing with acidity is a holistic approach. You can't do one thing and it will relieve you from the problem. So typically it is a lifestyle problem. You need to first make sure you're exercising a lot. If you're not exercising, whatever you do, whatever medicines you do, they are all not going to give you a permanent relief. So first is exercise. Second is take care of the diet and do some meditation. All these things will relax your system and reduce your hyperacidity. Dr. Nkeiru, maybe you can add some specific food that you think, like alkaline food, or some things which you would like to recommend.
Okay. Basically, I just want to say something before I make my recommendation. Our bodies have tremendous healing ability. So no matter where we are, if we just remove whatever is hurting the body and give the body what it needs, it will heal itself. And so a lot of vegetable, those greens, the orange ones like the carrot, the greens like the ugu or those vegetables that we eat, the brown ones like oba, those are things that we eat a lot of them. They alkalinize the system. Whereas when we focus on processed food and a lot of meat, we then have an overall acidity in the body. So you want to reduce and become more alkaline, eat a lot more vegetable.
And I think, eat local. As Dr. Nkeiru said earlier, this is my belief that I am from India, but when I'm in Nigeria, I tend to, if I go local, food which is produced in Nigeria, that is the best food for me, right?
Yeah.
So there is another question about, we have read that antioxidants are very good, especially glutathione. So, there is no end to taking supplements and all these external agents. Best is to have the right balanced diet. But Dr. Nkeiru, would you like to comment on that?
Yeah, there are a lot of powerful antioxidants, and we need a lot of them, particularly now, whether we are trying to avoid the COVID infection. But the real issue is this: in order to maintain a strong health system, we must include antioxidant-rich food in our diet. And I think you did mention a lot, including the herbal teas and green tea, and the things that glutathione is good. But it's not every tablet glutathione that we will avoid, that the body is able to absorb. We need to take it in that consistency that it is able to. We can take tablets and it's useless. It just makes expensive urine. However, we can eat it with our food, and we can ingest and digest it, and it becomes functional for us. So there's actually a way to eat that is functional nutrition. But time doesn't permit us to go into all those details. And if you would have noticed, I avoided being very specific because there's no one perfect diet. Diets are personalized for each individual. So it depends on your own environment and your genes, your genes, your life experience, the triggers that you have had, the things that some people are allergic to some things. So those are the things that come into play as we try to personalize each individual's diet.
I think, great. I think, Dr. Nkeiru, thank you so much. I think we're running short of time. I have just displayed the screen here. People can take notes from this and, get in touch with us. There is a number displayed there, which is the Art of Living helpline number. You could make note of that, and we can facilitate more calls or some interaction with Dr. Nkeiru and myself and some other therapists and teachers, Art of Living teachers, who are ready to help in these times. So treat us as a family. We are one world family, and we'll all glide through this with a very positive mindset, right?
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so much. Priyanka, can we close the session? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, it has been a great interactive session with both of you. It has been so amazing and it has been so informative. I'm sure everybody here has had great value add, and we look forward to many more sessions with you. I'm getting a lot of questions still coming in, so even on my WhatsApp. So I suppose we may require another session with you guys if you are available. And for the benefit of everybody, if you guys will just leave your fill up the feedback form, then we can send you all the material. Otherwise, we do not have your information, your contact. And it'll be nice to know how you liked the program. So thank you so much, Dr. Nkeiru and Akshay, for taking out time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
We look forward to many more sessions with you. Have a great evening, everyone, and stay safe. And even though the lockdown has opened, stay home and maintain social distancing and all the hygiene and the health tips that we have received today. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.